everybody, to February STEM and Stories Saturday. I'm Sarah Williford. I am the library director here at the Iowa Library for the Blind and Print Disabled. Usually you see Denise Bean, our youth services librarian, but she is unable to be here today, so I am filling in for her. And I'm very excited to be doing that. We have a great guest today. But before we get to our guest, I just wanted to do a couple kind of housekeeping things. If you have questions, make sure you put them in the Q&A, the question and answer box in the Zoom room. And Tyler, who's producing for us today, will get those questions to us so we can get them answered. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce our special guest. For STEM and Story Saturdays, we always focus on science, technology, engineering, and math. And then we invite special guests to come tell us great stories. So with us today is Jake Royster. He is with Earlham Fire and Rescue. He is a firefighter and paramedic, and he is here to talk to us a little bit about what he does, his job, and other great information. So Jake, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hello. As Sarah said, I'm Jake Royster. I'm gonna need to apologize in advance. My wife's at work today, so my 19-month-old is up here running around, but she's got some snacks, so hopefully she'll stay rather occupied for.
Great, we always love it when kids come join us, so no problem.
So I guess when I talked to Miss Bean, she just wanted me to talk about some safety tips. Is that correct?
That'd be great.
Okay. I guess for some fire safety tips, in my opinion, one of the most important one is smoke detectors. Smoke detector in your bedroom, and then at least one more on every floor of the house. So great rooms in the basement or kind of a kitchen living room combo. Change your batteries twice a year. They say daylight savings, so spring, fall, put new batteries in. Another thing, if you're able, if you know how to get out your front door, know how to get out your back door. If conditions allow for it, you know how to get out your bedroom window, because if the fire is near the front door, you're not going to be able to go that way. Another thing, if you're able, and I guess these are all just safety tips I'm providing. If there's anything that, I can take back to my colleagues that, we should know about helping you, then I'm all for it. Put it in the chat. But another thing, if you can get to a home phone that has buttons and you know how to dial 911 and know your address in case there is emergency, if mom or dad are say, I need you to call 911, I can't move, I can't breathe, something like that, you can help out there. Another thing, if able, sleep with your door closed. That really does stop the spread of fire. I've seen it firsthand multiple times where hallways are all burned up. You open the bedroom door and there's barely any smoke damage even in there. So that's really important. And then another thing you can do, visit your local firehouse to talk about the challenges that they might find at your place, or how they can help you with your challenges on a day-to-day basis if they ever have to come to your house for an emergency.
So with the smoke detector, I know in my house, they're kind of a round circle and they're on our ceiling, and they kind of make a high-pitched beeping. Is that kind of the sound that we should listen for if it's detecting smoke in our house?
Absolutely. It'll beep, it'll let you know, it'll wake you up. Every now and then, if it just kind of a chirps I don't know the exact, it seems like every 5-10 minutes, that's generally a low battery. So, but yeah. If there's smoke, you'll know.
We just had the chirping at my house and one of the ones in our hallway. So, yeah.
I don't have any cool stories. Miss Bean asked about if we've ever saved a cat, but I don't know that we have. So
I was going to say a question that I get asked a lot about my job, so I'm going to ask you about your job, is what does a typical day look like, or is there a typical day? I can say in a librarian's world, there is no typical day.
That's right. So
it's very exciting.
Here at Earlham, we're just volunteer. So, we could be at home, we could be at the grocery store, we could be at our kids' concert at the school. We carry pagers that beep really loud and they vibrate, let us know we have a call, so we come. But we do have Fire and EMS combined, we have 4 meetings a month to go over our equipment, train, so we can always provide the best service we can, and budget stuff, money stuff. But where I do this for a living, I get there at 6 o'clock in the morning, check my trucks in, do house chores, so sweep the floors, laundry, vacuum, wash the truck, and then we just pretty much hang out and wait for a call. Every now and then we have training to do during the day. Some days you run calls all day, and some days you sleep all day. We work 24 hours at a time, so 6A to 6A, and then we rotate with other shifts doing that.
So I went to check, or to just look at some of the books we had on firefighting, fire trucks, and all of our books about fire trucks are checked out. So I know that's a popular topic with our kids. So can you tell us just a little bit about what kind of vehicles you use?
Yeah, so our ambulances, they're on a van or truck chassis. They got large boxes on the back. That way we can get patients in the back on a cot, and we can take care of them. We have all sorts of supplies. We can stop bleeding. We can manage your airways so you can keep breathing. And we even have machines that breathe for you if you're unable to. Lots of different medications. Our fire trucks have lots and lots of water, about 1,200 gallons. Those are between the two. Or on one of them we have 1,200, the other one we have 1,000. Lots of hose, big monitors to push a lot of water. We got different types of saws. We have the jaws of life, to if we have to cut a car away from somebody that's been stuck in an accident.
So Jake, we did have a question. How long have you been a firefighter?
I've been a firefighter for 9 years now.
9 years. All right.
And so you did talk about the trainings that you do on a regular basis. What might some of those look like?
Yeah, so we try to do a mix of skills and then PowerPoints. We have to, for fire, we have to do 24 hours of training every year. And for my paramedic license, every 2 years, I have to have 60 hours. So it could just be a simple PowerPoint over tasks, changes in medicine. We watch videos, or, we'll go hands-on. We'll practice putting the endotracheal tubes down in someone's mouth. We'll practice starting IVs. We'll practice running the saws, pulling hose. It's a vast majority. Of course, we're fair weather fans, or we try to be. So this time of the year, we do a lot of inside stuff. And when it gets nice out, we like to go out and play and work up a sweat.
Sure. And being a firefighter and as well as a paramedic, you kind of do the training and have to work on the fire side, but also on the kind of medical side. Would that be correct?
Yep. So combined, I have to do, it'd be 108 hours of training every 2 years. And that's just to keep my certification up. That doesn't even cover what it took to get the certification. So, but yeah, we do a cross of both fire and EMS trainings.
So I have one more question maybe. So when you arrive at, just kind of giving those here today an idea. So when you arrive at an emergency, let's say at a house, what will you be wearing, I guess? What can the kids expect maybe to encounter from you in those first moments?
Yep, if it's just a simple medical call or routine medical call, I'll just be in day clothes, or I'll be in my uniform's blue pants and a blue shirt. If it is a fire call, we have big, heavy bunker gear we wear, helmets. We have SCBA masks, which are self-contained breathing apparatus, so we can actually breathe clean air as we go into bad environments with smoke and fire. So it's really hard to see us. It's kind of hard to hear us too. You won't recognize us even if you knew me. So.
Well, I'll stop with my questions, see if there's any other ones.
So we got one more. It says, when you're on shift, how many other firefighters are there on the same shift?
Okay, good question. So where I work full-time, we're actually just EMS, but there would be 4 of us. We run 2 ambulances out of the station I'm at. And here at my volunteer firehouse, we could have anywhere from 3 to 20. It just kind of depends on the time. You know, Sunday afternoons, people are home winding down. If we have a call, we get a lot, but middle of the day on a Wednesday, it could be very scarce just with people's work schedules. So, but my full-time job, we have 4 on a shift.
And I know you already encouraged everybody to visit their firehouse, their fire station. Is there like a good way to reach out to them? Do you just stop? Do you just pop in? Should our kids call first?
Right now with COVID, it probably wouldn't hurt to call first. If they have a Facebook account that you're able to look up and you can message them on there. Otherwise, call them. Every department has a non-emergency line, so don't call 911 asking if you can come visit the station. Look up that non-emergency line and just say, hey, I'd like to do a visit. But like I said, with COVID right now, everyone's kind of doing something different on whether they can have visitors or not. So I would call ahead.
Okay, I'll see if there's any other questions, or if you have anything else, Jake, you want to share.
Yeah, so Miss Bean asked me about some sounds we could do. She said, do you have any sirens? I'm like, yeah, and I got to thinking about that a little more, which a lot of people I think have heard probably sirens before. So what I have, I'm going to put my air pack mask on real quick, and I'll talk through it just because it's harder to hear. And then, you know, if you are trapped in your bedroom, your basement, your bathroom, and we have to come in and get you, you'll know what you're listening for, so you're not so scared, because it can be kind of a scary image if you're the person waiting for the firefighter. So I'll put my mask on, I'll just talk through it, and then I also have a voice amplifier. I'll turn that on, and you can see if that helps hear me at all. So give me 1 second to turn it on. There's a lot of bells and whistles, so actually I'll just leave my mic on real quick.
Okay.
I don't think my daughter's ever seen me in this, so hopefully she doesn't. Hi. She's smiling, so I think we're good.
So what Jake has put on it, it goes over his head, and it's a mask that comes in front of, it covers his eyes as well as his mouth, but he can see through it.
So this is what it would sound like if we're trying to come in. Every time we take a breath, it supplies us with some oxygen, some good clean air. And we'll usually be making lots of noise with our tools, making sure we can find the floor. It's there. And we'll be hollering, firefighter, call out. And if you hear that, try to yell for us, and that way it helps us find you. Otherwise, we're going to be using our hands and our axes to try to feel around for people. And then I'll turn my voice amplifier on. I don't know if you can hear that, but hopefully that helps get my voice out there so you can find it. I don't know if you can hear the beeping in the background, but about every 30 seconds, I think it is, if you don't move, your pack makes a noise. That way, if you fall through a floor or you get trapped and you can't move, it helps other firefighters find you. So I don't know if you can hear that.
Yep.
Beeping noise, but that's what it'll make. And then we have to shake our butts a little bit to make that go away. And then we have one more button. If we do get trapped and we can't move, we can set it off manually. I'll just play it real short because it's really loud on my end. So we play that, it's super loud if we need to help find the firefighter that's down, so we can do that.
Mask up.
Yeah.
So Jake's working on taking his mask off. So there's a lot of pieces to that to help you potentially be found if they can't find you visually. So there's kind of those different beeps that you demonstrated.
Yep, it helps us. Some of the parts help us find you and help our firefighters find us if needed, and it helps keep us safe. And that's that's just a little bit of the equipment. That doesn't include helmet, gloves, pants, coats. So it gets warm. We wear hoods around our heads, so like big stocking hats, basically.
Okay. And that's to protect you from the smoke and the fire and the heat.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, so a couple questions. So have you ever needed to be found using the beeping noise?
No, thankfully, not at all.
That's good. That's good.
Yep.
And then when you guys are, do you guys eat your meals together when you're staying in the firehouse? Like, do you cook or you bring from home, or how does that work?
Absolutely. Where I work full time, we rotate who cooks supper that night. So I'm on shift tomorrow. It's my night to cook. We're having chicken grillers and curly fries.
There you go. That sounds about right. That sounds good.
Meat and potatoes is kind of.
Yeah.
And then every now and then at our volunteer firehouse, we will do meals for our meetings and stuff. And say we catch a later call, and we might, order some pizzas and have them in. That way they're here when we get back from a long call. But
I got a question. What's the most calls you've ever done in one day?
I think my most in a 24-hour period is 13 calls.
That's a good amount.
Let me see if there's. Well, I don't think we have any more questions. Is there anything else you'd like to share before we?
I don't think so. I guess that's about all I have to share.
Well, thank you so much for sharing with us and demonstrating and giving us tips. We really appreciate you joining us today. And again, we're always excited to have guests. And I encourage everybody to reach out in their communities and maybe touch base if we can. I know it's harder with COVID, but visit your fire department, learn more about what they do and a little bit more about their jobs and their careers. That'd be great. So
we always love treats. If you got some brownies or some cookies when you come.
There you go. You can bake some stuff, take it over, take some treats. Well, thank you again, Jake, for joining us. And just a reminder, next month, Makerspace Monday will be on Monday, March 8th, and STEM and Story Saturday will be on Saturday, March 20th. And you will probably see Miss Bean back in this chair. But thanks for letting me join you today. And again, thank you, Jake, for joining us as well. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Thank you.